Welcome to the video lecture on Programming in C. In the previous video lecture, I said that C has a large collection of library functions which can be utilized by programmers. In this video lecture, I will share more details about the C's library. First of all, what is a library? Let us first discuss about the books library before going into the programming language library. A library is a collection of books written by different authors on different subjects by spending their valuable times. Their aim is to share their knowledge with others. For a person who wants to learn a subject, it is very helpful if a book on that subject is already written by an expert and it is readily available. This saves time and effort on learning that subject. We also benefit from the experience and expertise of the authors. In libraries, books are generally organized into different shelves as per the topic or subject they belong to. For example, all the data structure books are on one shelf and all the programming in C books are on another shelf. This makes it convenient to search and locate a required book. The C library is very similar to the books library. It contains small pieces of codes called functions which are written by different programmers and generously provided in the C library. All the commonly needed functions are already developed and shared in the library, so we can simply attach them into our programs and use their functionalities. Just like the books organized into different shelves, the functions in the C library are organized into different header files. Similar functions are grouped into a particular header file. For example, all the input-output functions are combined under one header file. To use any of those functions, we need to include that header file into our program. Then the compiler will copy the code of those library functions from that header file and insert them into our program before its execution. The statement used to include or attach a header file into the program is the #include statement, followed by the name of the header file whose functions are being referred in the program. For example, we include stdio.h whenever we need to use the functions contained in that header file. Adding #include stdio.h conveys the compiler that some functions from that header file are being used in the program and it needs to be added into the program before the program is submitted for execution. stdio.h contains the standard input-output functions. Printf is a output function using which we can display messages and results to the users on their monitor. When we use it in the program, compiler opens the stdio.h header file, locates the definition of printf, copies that and pastes it into our program. In case if we use functions from multiple header files, then we must include all of them with the separate #include statements. If we don't mention #include stdio.h in the program but call the printf function, then the compiler will not be able to bring its code from the header file and so it will throw error message stating that printf is undefined. Here is an example of the library function usage in C program. The program calls the function called printf which is available in the stdio.h header file. Seeing the reference to the printf in the program and the inclusion of the header file stdio.h, compiler searches the code of the function inside the stdio.h header file. Once it is located, it is inserted into the program, and now the program is ready for execution. C has over 25 header files of very useful functions. To utilize them in our programs, we should learn which header files contain which functions.